If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 20 of Season 2 at Newcastle United here on FIFA 16. The FaceCam is back. It's significantly cooler today than it was the previous 2 days that I was recording, so I'm actually able to sit underneath the studio lights without dying. So FaceCam is back. We obviously, unfortunately, lost Ayoze Perez in the last episode to injury. He is back soon. That sprained ankle will be healed again in 7 days. However, I've had a rather worrying email. He's currently homesick, Ayoze Perez, so I'm not sure what's going to be happening with him in the summer window. I'm hoping, really hoping, considering he's the league's top goal scorer right now, that we'll be able to cure his homesickness and convince him to be able to stay here at Newcastle United. We need him to stay because he's been my best player this year, and also the league situation right now is very, very tight. With 4 games to go, we have a 3-point lead over Manchester City inside the top 4. We're only 5 points behind Arsenal with 12 points available left to play for. We also play Norwich in 6th today. So, by the end of today's episode, we will probably know whether we're going to be getting Europa League football or not, as a minimum. And then we can obviously then concentrate solely on the Champions League qualification, but I want to ensure that we qualify for at least the Europa League for Season 3, because the plan is to try and squeeze in a 3rd season before we get to FIFA 17. Now, the situation with the league fixtures was a conundrum for us, and I asked you about it in the last episode. Obviously, we'll play Villa and Norwich today, and I said, do you want me to play Chelsea and then record Watford and delay that, and then play Stoke and release Chelsea-Stoke first? Or did you want to see the Watford game first and then Chelsea-Stoke to end the season of domestic games? And you guys, probably around about 75 to 80% of you were saying, record Chelsea and Stoke, give us that first, and then have the FA Cup game as the traditional last game of the series. So that's what I'll do. Tomorrow's episode will be Chelsea and Stoke. And obviously, I'll record Chelsea, pause recording for that episode, go and record the Watford game with the suit, of course, because it's a cup final, and then release the... not release the Watford video, then go and record Stoke after that, release the Chelsea-Stoke video for tomorrow, and then release the Watford video on Tuesday and try and avoid as many spoilers as I possibly can. So that's what we'll try and do, and that is what will happen. So Aston Villa and Norwich today, and we should, providing things go our way, qualify for at least one of the European competitions for next season. So we're going to jump in now away from home against Aston Villa. We played phenomenally well in the last episode. We got a massive result against Southampton, a big 4-0 win thanks to a hat-trick from Cedric Bakambu, and we've got a big win as well against Arsenal. Also, the week before that, we got a 4-1 win against Tottenham and a 2-1 win against Everton. So we are in great form right now, and we're hitting form at the right time of the season to end the season strong. Champions League qualification is a real possibility, and we have an FA Cup final to go to as well. So let's jump into this Villa game now. Drop the video a like if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel too if you're new around here, and let's head on over to Villa Park. Corner for Villa after 6 minutes. Dangerous. And keeper's not going to be able to come to that, and he's really dangerous because Kieran Clark has just scored for Aston Villa to make it 1-0 to the home side. It was a weird corner. It was something that, you know, the sort of cross that a keeper can't really make up his mind whether to go for it or stay on his line. In the end, I think he elected to stay on his line there, thought about coming for it, and, well, it's just a very good header from Kieran Clark, who in real life now is obviously a Newcastle player, but extremely good header and a deserving 1-0 lead for Aston Villa in the opening 10 minutes. We've got a corner, and you already know where this is going to end up. On the edge of the box to a certain Gylfi Sigurdsson. Great first touch. Oh, he decides to dig it out with his left. Good save by Brad Guzan to tip that over the top. Kovalenko breaking forward. Oh, that's a very late challenge, but Gylfi will get this round the corner to Gerard Deulofeu, and we'll look to put it back towards Gylfi. Surely this is 1-1. It had to be. Even though I am slightly dodgy sometimes, I couldn't really miss in that situation. Gylfi Sigurdsson, after drawing a good save out of Brad Guzan earlier on in the game, finally beats the goalkeeper, and we have ourselves an equaliser. Arnautovic to Gylfi. That's not Gylfi, it's Dendoncker. There's Gylfi. Oh, he's done very well. Oh, I need to have a long shot with Gylfi Sigurdsson. I just can't resist. Kovalenko to Dendoncker. Get it quickly to Gylfi. Looking for Bakambu. Can he dink it? Looking for Arnautovic. He can. Oh, the volley. The technique was good. Just didn't have the power on the shot. What a goal that would have been. If he'd smacked that into the bottom corner, that'd have been one of the best moves we'd put together all season. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. Still looking to get ourselves in front, but we haven't quite been able to just yet. Kozak into Idrissa Gana Gay. Oh, it's a good turn. Insua trying to outmuscle him. He can't. And we need to get this away. CM de Jong fires wide. Oh, lovely ball through that gap towards Lafferty, who pulls it back here to Veretout. It's a heavy touch. Was expecting that turn back inside. He's still going here. Jordan Veretout. Did that take a deflection? It did. Very well done from the defender. A corner for Villa to end the first half. Jordan Veretout himself to take it. Can we get this clear? They scored from the last corner. Oh, and Sells comes to punch well there. And I'm just going to try and get it away with Bakambu, but we haven't done very well there at all. But we're forcing the man backwards, and hopefully they won't get another chance. Jordan rides that tackle well, though. Fancy pass and a good save. Insua will clear it, and that surely will be half-time. Colback fires it into CM de Jong. Ayew does get it under control. Looks to turn inside, and Jose steals it off him, and we are on the counter-attack, although they've got a number of defenders back. Nice ball through to Bakambu, though. Just rolls off his foot, though, but he's tackled the defender, Micah Richards, and could slot through a teammate here. That will reach Moussa Sissoko's just come on, and he's put us 2-1 in front with his first kick of the football. What an introduction from Moussa Sissoko. A managerial genius move. I can't get away with that, can I? It just so happened to be Sissoko that ended up on the end of that pass. It wasn't necessarily my managerial genius in pulling him in to the action from the bench. Lovely ball by Bakambu, though, and the finish extremely good from Moussa Sissoko. Back into the game now, back on the score sheet as well after a long, lengthy injury. And hopefully, well, Gylfi scored, and he's the player that went off for Moussa Sissoko. So they're both vying for that starting position, and they're both scoring goals. It is a good managerial headache to have when everybody in your team is putting the ball in the back of the net. So the longer that continues, the better for us. There goes the final whistle. It's 3 points away from home against Aston Villa, thanks to a fantastic finish from Moussa Sissoko coming off the bench. Exactly what we needed here after going 1-0 down early on. I was really pleased with the characters shown by the side. Trying not to emulate Brendan Rodgers by saying that, though, to be completely honest. And that's 3 points for us. No other matches played so far on the Saturday, which is strange. So we're not entirely too sure what the league situation looks like at this present moment in time. Although, actually, it appears we were the last game to play. So we are 6 points ahead of Manchester City and 8 points ahead of Bournemouth. And it's Bournemouth and Norwich are 9 points behind us. So we face Norwich next, and we thought that was going to be the game that might guarantee us Champions League, Europa League football as a minimum. And it still could be, although it would be Bournemouth that we're now trying to pip to at least 5th place, rather than the team we're playing, Norwich. We are now 2 points behind Arsenal as well, although they do have that game in hand. But with 3 games to go, we have a 6-point lead over Manchester City. I think Champions League football might be coming to St James's Park next season. Yes. Only 2 changes to the side to beat Aston Villa. Jamal Lascelles is in at centre-back and Dominic Iorfa in at right-back. However, on the bench is a now returned to fitness Ayoze Perez. Thanks to Bakambu's good form recently, though, with a hat-trick in the game before last and an assist for the winning goal in the previous game, I will start Cedric up top ahead of Ayoze Perez, but Perez will definitely, at some point, be coming off the bench in this game and hopefully will have a good impact from the bench the same way that Sissoko did in the previous game. On to Norwich we go. Johnny Howson, that was a heavy touch, and Emiliano Insua will take that off your toes, my man. Dendoncker will help this on to Gylfi Sigurdsson. Look for Kovalenko, that's Cedric Bakambu, not Kovalenko, but Bakambu will have a deflected shot that actually helps the keeper out. First shot on target, and the deflection actually moved it further towards the keeper. It was headed, perhaps towards one of the corners a little bit more accurately than it turned out to be, but the pass from Bakambu there just slightly overhit and Kovalenko can't get onto it. Throw towards his left back, but Sigurdsson picks up the loose ball after Delafeu knocks it down to him. We'll go to Dendoncker. It's not Dendoncker, it's Kovalenko. There's Dendoncker, and he'll give it back to Kovalenko, but Arnautovic is going to run onto this. We'll poke that through, looking for Kovalenko, who will get there first ahead of the defender. Kovalenko could shoot, could pass, could do something. He gets out-muscled. Oh, but it drops to Bakambu. Oh, and we will hit the bar. And it drops to Bakambu again, but it doesn't quite. Gylfi win that header. Tim Closer does. Wow. I can't quite believe we haven't scored there, to be honest. I was trying just desperately to find the space with Kovalenko to find the right pass or get a shot off. In the end, it was actually Bakambu that came the closest of the two. And Gylfi lets that run well. Look for Bakambu. Try and bend it, but it's a good tackle by Ivor Pinto. 0-0 after 25 minutes, but we have now hit the bar. Well, lovely ball by Anita looking for Cameron Jerome. I thought for a moment that was going to trickle into that bottom corner. Anxiously going wide for Cameron Jerome. It just trickled, barely any pace on it. It's just rolling as it crosses the line. Thankfully, though, it crosses the line the other side of the post. 1-1, 0-0 after 30 minutes. Howson, there's the cross. It's a decent one. Okori gets the header away, despite the fact the other defender went for the overhead click clearance. Unfortunately, Sigurdsson can't close down the man quick enough. This is a great move and a great goal from Norwich City. The passing there was just undefendable. Quick first-time passing in the gaps, and it's ended up with a shot that wasn't really hit that cleanly, but similar to Cameron Jerome's effort earlier, just trickling towards goal. But unfortunately, this time, the wrong side of the post, as far as I'm concerned, and the right side of the post, as far as Norwich are concerned. Sells can't get down quick enough to it. It's Norwich 1, Newcastle 0. Not the result we were looking for. Time to change things around. Bakambu's going off. Well, no, actually, rephrase. Arnautovic has gone off, but Bakambu's moving across to the left wing spot. And Musa Sissoko, again, is on for Gylfi Sigurdsson. We'll see if Ayoze Perez off the bench can have the same sort of impact that Musa Sissoko did in the previous game. And try and get us a goal this time, not to go in front, but to equalise. Kovalenko could work some space here. Finds Cedric Bakambu. Turns his side well. Oh, but just didn't ride the challenge as well. Slightly lost the momentum of his move. Stumbled a little bit. And we're not going to get the chance to even shoot from there, let alone score. Kovalenko fires it into Ayoze. Good touch and turn. Has he got the legs to get away from the defenders? He has. Ayoze Perez hits the post. Bakambu, surely no. Brings it down and shoots in the same motion. Kovalenko shoots wide. Oh, so close to an equaliser, but unfortunately not there yet. 20 minutes to turn this around. Sissoko. Delafeu. A number of Norwich defenders back now. We'll look for Kovalenko. Oh, but I've just got nowhere to go. Here's Emiliano Insua. Crosses in. It's dangerous. Oh, and Tim Closer tries to bring that down. It drops to Musa Sissoko. Shot's well blocked by Stephen Naismith. Norwich under the cosh now. We'll see if we can actually make this pressure pay. There's only 7 minutes to go in the game. Insua to Bakambu. Good turn. Insua kept the run going, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it back to him. Defender committed to ground. Bakambu with a cross. Up goes Ayoze. He beats Tim Closer to it, but he can't get it on target. Free kick for Norwich. There's really not long left now, and it looks like they're just going to try and keep possession and wind down the clock even longer. But George Gorey gets a tackling. Ref, no, don't do exactly that. It's a defeat at home against Norwich. That's not what we needed at all. It puts an end to our great run of winning form, and that's thrown the Champions League fight wide open yet again. They only had one shot on target all game, and it's the one that wins it. Chelsea win 3-0 against Liverpool. No sign of a Manchester City result. Bournemouth draw. So with regards Europa League, we are all but guaranteed. Well, look, let's be honest. Norwich aren't going to turn around a 41 goal difference. A plus 41 goal difference. So that's us guaranteed Europa League football for next season. But it all depends what Manchester City do in their match day number 36. I don't know who they play. We will advance as far as the next game just to see what the situation is. We've got Chelsea next of all teams as well, who are top of the table and fighting for victory. And Manchester City get a victory. So with 2 games to go, with 3 points clear of City, and Champions League football is on the line. We face Chelsea next, top of the table Chelsea next, and then end the season with Stoke, who have won 12, drawn 12, lost 12 so far. Oh, it's going to go down to the wire. It's going to be a real nail-biting finish to the end of the season. Like I say, tomorrow's episode will be Chelsea and Stoke. And then the episode after that will be Watford in the FA Cup final. And I will make sure that I edit the episode so as that you don't see any spoilers from the Watford game once we get to the Stoke game. So tomorrow's episode will be finishing the BPL season, and we will find out whether we qualify for the Champions League or not. Drop the video a thumbs up today if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. But for now, I'll see you next time.